Zealous, and this is my final project video presentation. Throughout the course of this semester, this class has taught me how to program my own website. We started by using this program called cPanel, which is right here. Our instructors gave us usernames and passwords, which we logged on with. Once we gained access, we were able to do a bunch of different things. We went to File Manager, and we were able to locate and view a bunch of different HTML topics and tags we had created. For example, my index page, meaning my home page, ended up coding to look like this. And once we saved it, it was switched to this. The programming we used was CSS and HTML. CSS stands for a cascading style sheet. And in this case, we use both internal style sheets and external style sheets. Internally, we use tags such as head, style, body, paragraph, table, image source, font styles, font size, aligning text, HTML tags, and added a banner, videos, and pictures. Externally, we used classes and IDs so then we were able to call and specify attributes to customize each page. The tags we used were heading, body, table, content, footer, centering, aligning, links, and used others, including period and hashtags to call the IDs and classes. For HTML styling, we made sure in our coding at the top to include doc type HTML and HTML, and at the bottom we made sure we closed it. In addition to this, we had to make a logo, a banner, and an animation. This right here is my logo. I made this by going on Pixlr.com, which was an online program. On this website, it was important for us to include our project title, which for me is anonymous access to information. Then we had to add images and layers and use transparent backgrounds. In order to preserve the transparent background, we saved our image as a PNG. For our banner, we used the same techniques. However, we had to resize the image to be 800 pixels by 200 pixels. We used the same title and had different pictures, and it had to include the logo within the banner, which you can see right here. And my banner is this whole thing. The banner was different, however, because we needed to use filters and textures in order to complete it. All right, next is our animation. In my case, my website sometimes acts up. So let's go to Safari and see if it'll work. All right, it didn't work. Let's try closing it and re-entering it. Throughout the course of this class, I've always had trouble with this, but my teacher said it was okay and common. All right, here we go, it's working. For my animation, I had to use EasyGIF.com. I created our animated GIF using 3 images, my logo, a related picture, and a picture of myself. I had to set the time delay to be 150 and finalize my product. All right, now that I've explained the basics of my homepage, I want to walk you through more about my topic and the rest of my website. My topic is anonymous access to information. I'm focusing on various aspects throughout this website. For example, I want to focus on security of personal information, hacking and hackers, and who and why people choose to access online information anonymously. Down here is my table of contents. First, this is my purpose page. The first question I had to answer was indicate the name of the innovation and provide a clear description of its intent and purpose. With anonymous access to information, there are both beneficial and negative purposes for this. Starting with the negatives, nearly anyone can access information anonymously. A common purpose is criminals, for example. They are able to take advantage of personal information, and terrorists can hack into any system that could potentially jeopardize our country. However, on the other hand, if we're thinking of terrorists, for example, anonymous access to information can benefit the United States if we are able to access foreign enemy information anonymously. We can gain information and knowledge in order to plan around and counteract potential events that could occur. This is my effects and impacts page. Earlier in the year, I recorded this video interviewing my friend Matt Lee on his iPhone 6. He discussed the positive and negative aspects to anonymous access of information and also went about showing you how to access incognito mode on Google Chrome.
My topic is anonymous access to information, interviewing Matthew Lee. What is your belief on the impact of anonymous access to information?
Well, people can easily stalk other people, and it's anonymous so they can get information that you wouldn't want out there, such as social security and credit card information. And it's also good because the U.S. can spy on other countries about plots, plans, and other information that they wouldn't want getting out. So I'm going to go on to Google Chrome and open up a new incognito window. This way I can go on the internet without people reviewing my recent history or my activity.
Alright, that's my video. Further down, I had to explain a benefit and/or harmful effect of the innovation. My graph right here shows that in North Korea, the efficiency to access information anonymously has increased, meaning it's becoming faster and more possible. With anonymous access to information, most people always focus on the harmful effects, meaning people have access to your information anonymously and can do things and get away with more crimes. However, a benefit is our government is able to hack into enemies' information in order to track suspicious terrorist activity and try and plan things to counteract possible actions before they actually occur. I also wanted to explain an impact that the innovation has had on society. What came to my mind right away was last year's example where Target had over 70 million customers affected by stolen information. This has shaped today's culture in a way that can be somewhat frightening. When you think about it one way or another, whenever you input your personal information online somewhere, there's always a way someone can access it. D, I had to indicate one field other than computer science where this innovation has impacted or has the potential to impact. I thought of Homeland Security. This is a field that needs to be highly aware of the possible consequences that this could have throughout the world. With ISIS and everything going on currently, I felt like this was very relevant and very important for people and our government to keep in mind. Moving on to my next section is technical aspects. I found this video on YouTube that discusses current and potential risks that people are facing throughout the world dealing with anonymous access to information. For E, I had to describe how a user interacts with the innovation. Many people can hide their web activity using web proxies. Examples of these are Proxify and Anonymous, which gives users the ability to encrypt connection, block ads, cookies, JavaScripts, and there are also many different ways you can block personal information from being traced online. However, not many people are aware that you can do this, but many people that are aware of this are criminals. F, I had to describe in detail how the innovations technology incorporates at least one of the big ideas of abstraction, algorithms, programming, and/or the internet to accomplish its purpose. Well, when programming a website, if there's flaws in it, it makes it easier for a hacker to hack into that website. Also, with this, abstraction in computer science, which means being able to hide all the information about a specific thing, except for the relevant information, can be related to this topic. We can relate this because abstraction makes it possible to pick and choose what is shared among viewers. People with the capability to access the website. This is how hackers and people who want to stay anonymous go about doing that. Moving on to the next page. This page is about relationship to data. For the first part of this, G, I had to describe the innovation consumes data as input, produces data as output, and/or transforms data. I had a little bit of trouble answering this question. However, I did some research and came up with an answer. My innovation allows people to consume data because through hacking websites, they are able to gain information. Once they have this information, they are capable to produce nearly anything they could think of from this information. And once they produce this information, they are able to change or show a different perspective of what the meaning could really be. For example, if there's a specific plan for public safety and it had been recorded on a private server, a member of the public gained access to it, he could possibly interpret it as different reasoning for the safety precautions. It is possible he thought the government was expecting something dangerous to occur and failed to inform the public, when this may not even be the case. For the next section, I had to describe at least one data storage concern, data privacy concern, or data security concern related to this innovation. My innovation is anonymous access to information, which primarily revolves around privacy and security concerns. You need to ensure you're on a reliable website before you input your information, because if you can't trust it, all your security and privacy could go right out the door. That's pretty much it. Alright, a little bit of a technical difficulty. URI Secure has stopped working, so I'll resume this in a moment. Alright, URI Secure is working again. So moving on to my last page. My last page is my reference page. Here I have 5 references. I was supposed to choose which one was the most beneficial for me, but I think all of them were equally beneficial. So I'm going to click on reference 3 to show you where I got this information. I got this information from Microsoft. This specific website gave me information about anonymous users and transverse checking. It talks about the implications of limiting anonymous access, bypass transverse checking for anonymous users, and allows anonymous access by the everyone group. So this is one of the many examples. So back to my reference page. Each one of these names is connected to a link where I gain access to information. So that completes my website. So if we go back to my home page, this is the last look at it. And I just wanted to thank you for watching and hope you enjoyed my final project of anonymous access to information.